Whether she's cloning pop stars or shooting up nunneries, this is a tale that's sure to get you hooked. Time to meet Tyranny Rex. Created by writer John Smith and artist Steve Dillon, Tyranny Rex debuted in 2000 AD Prog 566 in 1988. Smith's first character after serving an apprenticeship on Future Shocks and drawn by the late great Steve Dillon, Tyranny Rex is a troubleshooting Sauron, the last of her species of reptilian humanoids. Inspired no doubt by the late 80s and early 90s wave of female musicians such as PJ Harvey and Hole, Tyranny was smart, confident and handy with a gun, while also providing a playground for Smith's brand of storytelling and satire. In a parody of the home taping is killing music panic of the 1980s, her first story sees her dabbling in body piracy, cloning famous 20th century pop stars to sell on, and her first target will be familiar to fans of a certain, now deceased, regally named purple-attired musician. It's a fairly straightforward tale, even peppered with Smith's trademark weirdness, but in Soft Bodies, things get super bizarre. Co-written with Chris Stanley and drawn by Will Simpson, Tyranny is now an artist and freelance adventurer and gets caught up in a body horror crime caper that is at turns odd, enthralling, baffling, violent, complex, and oblique. It also introduced freelance silencers Fervent and Loeb, who would later pop up in Smith's Indigo Prime, who destroy and then rebuild Tyranny's universe. In a left-field turn typical for Smith, in subsequent stories Tyranny became a nun, but I didn't mean trouble was far behind her. As the strip shook off its pop culture roots, it took on a more serious bent but kept the action and upped Smith's portmanteau-strewn technobabble with art by Paul Marshall. Tyranny has always been an intriguing character, but feels like she's never fulfilled her potential. That's not been helped by only intermittent appearances between 1988 and 1994, before she made brief returns in 2004 and 2018, the latter in the 2000 AD sci-fi special, written by the appropriately named Katie Rex, with art by Liana Kangas. Well, don't forget to like and subscribe. Earthlets. Next week on the 2000 AD ABC, we meet another freelance adventurer, but this one with a slightly heavier body count. It's time to encounter Grant Morrison and Jimmy Johnston's Ulysses Suite.